this is part 2 of my decluttering my entire makeup collection. So this one includes all of my eyeshadow palettes, mascaras, lipstick. Honestly, these are my absolute favorite products that I use because I think they make the most difference in when it comes to actually making a look. It was really hard to get rid of a lot of these, but yeah, I guess you'll see. So I would really appreciate it if you took the time to like this video, and don't forget to subscribe for weekly videos. I will be posting my regular Monday video on Monday, so that's coming up in a couple of days. So this week we actually get 2 videos, which is kind of unusual, but since it's a 2-part one, I kind of felt like it's not a separate video. So I will go back to real-time Joi in the declutter saga. All right, so I think next I'm going to move on to my eye product. Here's all of my palettes. I'm just gonna take them all out and just get them where I can see them. Okay, so I think I got most of my palettes in frame. Yeah, so here's all of my palettes. There's some that are just kind of a no-brainer that I'm for sure gonna keep for a very long time, that I use absolutely all the time. So I think I'll pull those ones out first. So one that I know I'm for sure gonna keep is this one. This is my Pat McGrath Labs Celestial Divinity Mega Mothership palette. This one is just such a beautiful color story. Oh, there we are. But this one's just such a beautiful color story. I absolutely love the colors in this one. I use it pretty much every day to top off my eye look. I usually just use like a simple like brown in the crease and then put a color, one of these colors on the lid, and it's just such an easy look, and I love this palette, so I'm gonna keep this one for sure. This isn't really a good method, you know, when you think about it. Which ones aren't I gonna keep? Ugh, eyeshadows are so hard for me because I like all of them. Okay, so I think I'm for sure gonna keep the Lilac You a Lot and then Blue Moon palettes. This is just a full purple palette by ColourPop. Just when I want to reach for a purple palette, I know that this one has all the ones I'm looking for, so I really like this one. I've used it a few times, not very often, but when I want purple, I know my palette to go for. And then same reasoning with this one. This is my full blue palette, Blue Moon. The shades are kind of coming out a little on this one, but it was like, what, like a $9 palette, so you can really only ask for so much. But it's just a beautiful blue palette, and I'm gonna keep it. I'm also for sure gonna keep this Nude Mood palette. This one goes everywhere with me whenever I travel. It's just a nice brown, warm brown palette that looks really good and really flattering on me. Also by ColourPop, I believe this one was like $10, so love it. The one I'm not gonna keep is this Natasha Denona Gold Glow. This is actually a highlighting palette, and these are just terrible highlighters. I would never use these as highlighters. They're so chunky and so glittery. I tried using them as eyeshadows, but again, same reasoning why I don't like it. It's just like very chunky and just doesn't look good on anyone. It's just not worth it. It's so chunky, and it's just like, when am I ever gonna reach for that? Like, I'm never gonna reach for these. So I'm gonna get rid of this one. These two are fairly new. This is my Rowan palette. It's in the 75 Degrees Warm shade, and these are just nice one and done shadows. I really like them. I'm gonna keep it. And then same for this Khaki Haze palette. I just got it recently within the past few months, and I use it all the time. I love it, and I'm not done with it yet, so I'm gonna keep it. Natasha Denona Glam. This is my only cool tone palette that I have. Definitely gonna keep it. It's really, really pretty. Also gonna keep this Charlotte Tilbury Bejeweled Eyes Hypnotized palette. I do a lot of looks with this one. This is the color story, so it's a really nice range of colors, and I use pretty much all of them. And it's pretty rare for me to use like every single color in a palette, so definitely gonna keep this one. I think I'm going to keep all of my Zoeva palettes. I really, really like Zoeva. My 2 favorites out of these 4 are the Opulence palettes and the Spice of Life palettes. The Opulence one is like, has the most beautiful shimmers. Almost all of them are shimmers except for I think 2 shades that aren't shimmers. But yeah, it's absolutely beautiful. It's so wearable, and it looks really, really pretty every time I wear it. So I'm gonna keep that one. The Spice of Life palette is just a good variety palette. Okay, so it's fairly red. and just a really warm palette, but it looks so flattering on my complexion. And you just get a nice variety of matte colors, shimmer colors, and I feel like you can never go wrong with this palette. I'm gonna keep it. Other two are a little bit harder to keep. This Zoeva Artisto palette, I really like that it pairs matte colors with shimmer colors of the same color story, so it's really easy to make a look with just two colors, but I just don't reach for this one that much. I don't know, I think it's just whenever I bought this one, I had a lot of other palettes that I liked better than it. So I think I'm gonna keep it and try and use this one a little bit more, because I do actually like how easy it is to make a look. Okay, my final Zoeva palette, I don't know if I wanna keep this one. It's just very, very light. The colors don't even really show up on me, so like really this whole half just like it's like nothing on my eyes. And I think it's partially a formulation problem. I just think it's not very pigmented and it could be better. Ooh, yeah, I think I'm gonna work with it a little more. But this is by far my least favorite of the four. I think I'm gonna get rid of the Spanglish palette. I just don't use it. Yeah, so here's the four shimmers in the palette. Oh, I don't know, they're really pretty. I think I'm gonna keep this one. I'm terrible at getting rid of these. I'm gonna keep this one. We're gonna think about her. I'm also gonna keep this Modern Renaissance palette. This is my only Anastasia palette, and I actually really love Anastasia's formula. It's really nice and creamy. I think it's a lovely velvet eyeshadow, and I use it a lot. I haven't used it that much recently, but I don't know, I really like the colors in this, and I do love every look that I create with it, so I'm gonna keep this one. Okay, so these two I'm for sure keeping, mostly for sentimental reasons. This one my husband got me for Christmas, and then this one my sister got me, so I just can't get rid of these. This one was a super limited edition ColourPop collection, and I'm super proud of my sister for getting it. Like, it was kind of a lot of work, so definitely keeping this one. And then this one is just a really nice color story. It's really lovely orangey greens, and I really, really like the color story, and I use it a lot. It's a beautiful formula, but I think for that reason, since I'm gonna keep this Naked palette, I think that it's time for me to get rid of this Naked palette. I haven't reached for this in so long. This is so dusty and crusty, and I think it's time to say bye to this one. There's no reason for me to keep it. It's very, 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 very old. I think I bought this in middle school, maybe high school. I don't remember. I think it was definitely high school, actually. But I remember this was such a big deal for me to purchase. I had like my pizza job, and I saved up enough money to buy this palette, so it was kind of a big deal, but I think it's time to let it go. And as you can tell, I really only used like 2 of the shades in this palette, and pretty much just like abused these other ones. So I think it's pretty gross, and I don't think I should be keeping this one anymore. So this is a sad farewell, but it needs to happen. I'm gonna keep this Milk Cosmetics Gemini palette. This palette is a really pretty green orange palette. It's nice mattes and 2 shimmers. I don't use this one very much at all, but I think I want to keep it. Just because it's my only melt palette, and I do actually reach for this one whenever I'm looking for greens. It's one of my only green palettes that I know I can reliably use, so I'm going to keep it and use it whenever I need a green. That's so sad. That is just so sad. I don't know, I really like it. It feels nice. Another green palette that I bought in the fall is this Juvia's Place palette. So it's a really nice fall palette, but I don't think I'm going to be wearing this one a lot. Okay, I'm going to keep this one. It's a lovely fall palette. I used it a lot in the fall, and it makes me happy. Okay, I think I'm definitely going to get rid of this number 7 palette. This just does not perform like I thought it was going to. All the shades kind of look the same, and I feel like I could find better in other palettes. It's just not that special to me. And I was really expecting this to be a lot better than it was. I mean, the shades just like don't perform well at all, and I'm just not very impressed by the color. Like, the pigmentation is just like barely there. I don't know, let me just try a couple of them. But yeah, it's just like so pathetic. I don't know, I don't like that. I wish there was more. It leaves a lot to be desired. Yeah, I don't know. It's alright, it's just, it's not the best, and I know I have other palettes that are better, so I'm gonna get rid of this one. I'm also gonna get rid of this Isadora Wonder Bar palette. Again, similar reasons. The color story is just very plain, and it looks very similar to my Natasha Denona Glam palette. As far as color story goes, there's a lot of light shimmers that just don't really show up on me, so I'm gonna get rid of it. I think I'm gonna keep my Fenty Beauty Moroccan Spice palette. I really like the color story, and it's really fun to pull whenever I want to do something colorful and glittery. I don't know, it's really fun, and I have a lot of memories with this one, so I'm gonna keep it. I really like the color story. I'm also gonna keep this Violet Voss Essentials palette. I really like the color story of this one. It's a nice rainbow palette. I don't have very many rainbowy colors, so I'm gonna keep this one. It's a really lovely formula as well too. We're down to the last few palettes, and it's getting much more difficult. I will for sure keep this Butter London palette. It's kind of random, but I actually really love it. These shimmers are the best shimmers I've ever used. So I'm gonna keep it. I really like it. I don't get much use out of like this blue one or this green one, but they're fantastic shimmers, and it's actually kind of worth it, so I'm gonna keep it. I think I'm gonna keep this Marc Jacobs palette. I may get rid of this Natasha Denona palette. It's just so similar to this one, with the exception of this color, which I'm sure I have in another palette somewhere. But yeah, I think these ones are like my last few pink palettes, and they're all so similar to one another that I feel like I should get rid of at least one of them. And I think I'm gonna get rid of this Natasha Denona palette. I just don't reach for it enough to justify me keeping it, and I feel like someone else would really like it. So I'm gonna get rid of this one and I think keep all the other three. I'm gonna keep this one mostly because it's a nice small palette with good diversity. And I think I'm gonna keep this one because it has some unique pink shades in it that I don't think I have in any other palettes. So I'm gonna keep that one too. So yeah, let's do that. Let's keep these three. Let's get rid of this one. So I have two Ciate London palettes. I think I'm probably going to, I'm probably gonna keep this one as well. These are really unique shimmers that I know I don't have anywhere else in my collection, so I'm gonna keep it for that. And then also I think I'm gonna keep this small one just because it's a nice set of shimmery pinks. I think this is really small and really cute, and I actually really love the shimmers. I like the formulation, and I think it's different enough from this palette that it's fine to keep both. So that's that. These two are my last two colorful palettes, which I will have a hard time with. I think I'm gonna keep, why am I gonna keep this? Why am I going to keep this? But it's just such a summery palette that I feel like I'll really like to pull for some of these for like a nice interesting look. But the only problem with this is that it's like not a complete palette on its own. I will need like a nude palette to pair with this to make it wearable for me. It'll be in my maybe, moving it to the maybes. This one, I used it like once or twice. I really like this top row of pinks, but I think I have all of these colors already. And this bottom row of blues is super unique. But again, I think I have that in my blue palette from ColourPop. So I think it's time to let this one go. I don't think I'll ever realistically reach for this one again. Okay, so this KKW Beauty palette, I did actually really enjoy these. This is a nice neutral palette. I think I'm gonna keep this one. It's nice, reliable mattes that I really like, that never crease. And I'm gonna keep it. I'm just gonna keep it and not feel bad about it. And then finally, the Balm, the Nude Dude. This one is so cute. I just don't know if I can justify keeping this one. You know what, I'm gonna keep it. All right, so that is everything from my eyeshadows. I think next I'm gonna go ahead and work on my individual eye products. So I have some mascaras, some eyeliners, some lashes, a lot of eye products that I just need to go through. So let's just take everything out. Okay, so first let's start with the mascaras. This is a lash, the Maybelline Lash Sensational Boosting Serum. I feel like this did absolutely nothing for me, so I'm definitely getting rid of this. I'm gonna keep these lava lashes. This is one of my few pair of lashes that I still have left. I used to wear lashes every single day, and ever since really the past few years, I haven't reached for lashes nearly as much, but I do like keeping a pair on hand just in case I want to do one interesting look. I think only one set is all I need, so I'm gonna keep that. This is my only primer that I have. It's the L'Oreal Voluminous Lash Paradise Primer. It's in the shade Millennial Pink, so it's like this really bright pink, almost white color, and I just don't know if I'm gonna keep this because I don't necessarily feel like I need it per se. You know, I think I'm gonna keep this. This is my favorite formula of mascara, and I don't have the mascara itself, so I think this is a close second, and it gives me really good volume, so yeah, I'm gonna keep that. I'm also gonna keep this Wet n Wild Mega Link waterproof mascara. It's my only waterproof formula that I have, and I think the wand is really, really nice for bottom lashes specifically, so I'm gonna keep that. I'm gonna get rid of this push-up Pillow Talk lashes. I just never wear it, and there's just no reason for me to keep it. It's actually kind of sad because I bought it not that long ago, but it's just like this really weird wand that I just will never use. So I think I'm going to get rid of this. I'm going to keep these ones for sure. So this is the Hourglass Unlocked Mascara. It is a tubing mascara. It's the only tubing mascara I have, and I really like it. It makes my lashes kind of feel a little rubbery, but it's, you know, water resistant, and I like it. I'm also gonna keep this Essence Lash Princess False Lash Effect Mascara. It's really good, and it's only like a few dollars. I probably need to repurchase this because this one is kind of getting old at this point, but I love, love, love this mascara. This is the one I mostly reach for. Also this L'Oreal Voluminous Air Volume. It's really nice and light. The wand is similar to the Voluminous Lash Paradise one. It gives you nice big eyelashes, and I absolutely love it. So definitely gonna keep that one. Also this Kosas, the Big Clean Mascara. I think this one is about to run out, so I'm just gonna finish up what is left, and it's kind of drying up a little bit, so I think it's almost past its prime. This is a clean beauty brand, so I know that their stuff goes bad a little quicker than some of my other mascaras, but yeah, I'm gonna finish this up, or at least try to finish it up. I don't really know, but yeah, I'll keep using this one for at least another month or so and get rid of it. Oh, I absolutely love this Marc Jacobs At Lash mascara. The wand is so unique. It's the most unique wand I have, and it's absolutely beautiful. It's similar to the Essence Lash Princess mascara, and I really like this one. I've been really enjoying it. I think I'm going to repurchase a full size of it whenever I use up some of my other mascaras, but it's really, really nice. I love it. I don't know about this Milani Highly Rated mascara. It's hard for me to get rid of mascaras, honestly, just because I feel like I rotate through them so often. And I like the wand. It reminds me of the Clinique mascara that I absolutely loved. So I think I'm gonna keep that. I'm also for sure gonna keep this Honest Beauty duo. So one side is a lash primer, which is really nice. It looks like lash extensions. And then the other side is the mascara wand itself. And it's a really unusual like flexi wand, but yeah, it gives me a really beautiful look, and I really like it, so I'm gonna keep it. I don't know about this number 7, the Full 360. It's kind of dry at this point. Like I don't know if I want to keep that. Yeah, it's just really dry. So I think I should probably let this one go as well. My Pat McGrath Fetishize mascara, I do really like this one as well. I think it's still good, and it just gives me lots of volume, so gotta keep that one. And I haven't actually opened this one yet. This is a Tarte Maneater mascara. I got this in a BoxyCharm, and I have like so many other mascaras that doesn't make sense for me to open it right now, but I'll use this whenever I use up some of the other ones. So I'm gonna keep it for now. There's no reason to get rid of it. I'm gonna try and squeeze those in. There we go. So I have a couple of backups in this pile. So this is kind of just like miscellaneous eye products, so lots of eyeliners and single shadows. This one is a backup of the e.l.f. brow wax, so I love this one, I'm gonna keep it. And this one is the backup of the Joi Brow Down to Me Precision Brow Pencil. I have 2 eye creams. I just keep them with all of my other eye things. This is the Physicians Formula Rose All Night Today. It's kind of getting pretty old. I really need to use this up pretty soon, but I actually really like this. I do actually notice a difference in my under eyes when I use it, so I'm gonna keep it. And I haven't tried this Pixi Collagen Eye Serum yet, but whenever I run out of this one, I will start this one. I have some lash adhesive. I don't know if I should keep this. I don't know how old it is. And I don't wear lashes very often. I think this is a newer tube of it. So I think I'm gonna keep this one. This is also a lash adhesive. So I'm just gonna keep that with the lashes. Oh, I missed a mascara. This is a Milk Kush mascara. I've had this since last August and I never really reached for it. I don't really like it. I think I'm gonna get rid of it. Okay, so this is an eyeshadow primer. I use it every now and then. I don't love using eyeshadow primer just because it's an extra step that I almost never remember to do. But I use it whenever I get the chance and it stays with my eye cream. So I'm gonna keep that one over there. These are all my liquid liners. This is the L'Oreal Voluminous Superstar Liner. It's kind of a weird pen, but it still works, so there's no reason to really get rid of it. Gonna keep it. And this is my Revlon Color Stay liquid eye pen. This one has a ballpoint tip, which I really love, but it's kind of harder to work with, and it looks like it's drying up a little bit, so I may get rid of that one. This one I haven't opened yet. This is the Queen Dragon Liner, and yeah, I mean, it looks promising. It's super nice and pigmented, so I'm definitely keeping that one. This is the House Labs liner, and it's a matte formula, really nice and easy to work with. So I think I'm gonna keep both of those. And I don't use it very often, but whenever I do wanna reach for one, I know that the ones that I have aren't expired. So that's really the biggest thing. Next is are my creamy liners. So I'm gonna keep all 3 of these. These are the LA Girl Shockwave Neon Liners. I like using color liners in the waterline. They're not my favorite. I like the ColourPop gel liners the best, but these will do, and I like the colors a lot, so gonna keep it. So this is one of my ColourPop cream gel liners, definitely keeping this one. And I think I'm gonna go ahead and keep this white Wet n Wild one because it is really nice and creamy, and I will probably need to use it for a backup. This is my Essence Long Lasting Eye Pencil in the shade Hot Chocolate. It's my only brown creamy liner and I really like it. So it's this one right here. It looks really nice. And I like the retractable liners the best, so this one is definitely a keep. This one is the Queen Dragon Liner. It goes with the liquid liner. It's meant for the waterline and it's a really nice creamy formula. Gonna keep that. And then I have 2 of the e.l.f. No Budge retractable liners in black, and this one is also really nice and creamy. It's not as pigmented as the other one, so I don't love it, but I think I'm gonna keep it. But I wouldn't recommend it. Finally, here's 2 eyebrow pencils actually. So this is the Tristique mini brow pencil in the shade Americano. It's this weird little wedge thing. Yeah, it's kind of dried out, so I think I'm gonna get rid of this one. I never really used it anyway. It's kind of an awkward application, so I'm gonna get rid of that. And then this is the Kat Von D Signature Brow, and it's not even in my shade. I think I got this in a BoxyCharm. It's kind of a shame because I do really like how thin this is, but it just doesn't show up in my brows and I just feel like there's no reason to keep it. This is a single eyeshadow, also a Tristique formula, and it's a mini crayon. This is in the shade Tahitian Shimmer, and that's a really beautiful shimmer. So this one right here on the end, it's so nice and creamy. I'm gonna keep that and probably move that to my eye drawer actually. That's really, really nice. So these 2, this is a Wet n Wild multi-stick. I mostly use them as like an eyeliner or a eyeshadow. I don't know if I want to keep it. That's a really nice color that I don't have a lot of. I think I'm going to keep that. And then this one is in the shade Keep Digging. That's a cute shade name. And yeah, it's like a nice pure gold. I'm going to keep that one as well. Okay, so here's my other eye products that I use. This is another Tristique This is actually a mini highlight stick. I don't like using this as a highlight. I like using it as an inner corner eyeshadow, and it's really pretty. Gonna keep it. This one is absolutely beautiful. This is by Eloise. It's a cream eyeshadow in the shade Pure Gold. This is gorgeous. I love this color. So definitely gonna keep that one as well. And then this one is Studio Makeup Endurance Cream Eyeshadow. This is a lovely pink shade. I think I'm gonna keep that one too. It's not as pigmented as the other ones, which is maybe a reason why I should get rid of it. But I don't have another color like this, so I think I'm gonna keep it. Okay, and then this is a brunette Stay Put brow color by Milani. I don't really dig into this very often, but I do like using it as a liner or a brown shadow, and it's really, really nice for that, and it stays in place all day, so I'm gonna keep that. Lastly, we have the Fenty Beauty shimmer stick and match stick in the shade Blonde. And then I have this LA Girl Velvet Bronze Contour Stick. So the problems with these two is they don't work for their intended purpose, but I do like using them every once in a while as an eyeshadow. But it's just kind of hard to use since it's so bulky. It's meant for the face. I think I'm gonna get rid of this one and then probably also this one. I just never reach for it. So time to get rid of it, time to say goodbye. Okay, I'm just gonna put everything back where it goes. Okay, so we are in the last little home stretch. These are all of my lipsticks, so I think I'm just gonna take everything out like always and lay it all out in a nice, organized fashion. Okay, so I actually already went through these not that long ago, so I feel like this probably won't take very long. But yeah, there's some obvious ones that I know I for sure want to get rid of. This is an e.l.f. exfoliating stick. This is just in the original flavor or whatever. It's in the shade Clear. And yeah, it's kind of just like this rock wax thing that you rub on your lips, and I don't like it at all. It makes my lips feel terrible. They don't ever feel exfoliated, so I'm definitely getting rid of that. So I will be getting rid of this LA Girl glazed lip paint. This one smells like actual paint and it's just not worth it for me. So yeah, it's really pretty, but can't get over the smell. It's awful. Gonna get rid of it. Okay, and then I think for the rest of my glosses, they're all different enough from one another that I don't feel bad keeping them. Let's see. I don't think I'm getting rid of most of my things because like I said, I use pretty much every lip product that I buy. Some of them are getting a little old and I'll want to repurchase. So this one is an Old Wet n Wild lipstick in the shade Cherry Bomb. It's a beautiful dark berry color. I may repurchase that one and replace this one that I have. This may be the only other thing that I actually end up getting rid of. This is the NYX Lingerie Lips, and this is basically a matte lipstick. Oh, let me just throw it. And yeah, it's in this really pretty pale shade, but I think it's expired. I've had it for a really long time. It's just kind of chunky at this point. Yeah, I liked it when I had it, but it's just kind of old. And that is it. I'm keeping, I think, everything else. I like everything else. I use it all. I rotate through this probably the most frequently of all my things. So yeah, just gonna put everything back up. Okay, so here is one last look at all the products I'm getting rid of. For one reason or another, they just don't work for me. But yeah, it's definitely a nice thing to do for yourself every once in a while. Just go through and really only hold on to the things that you enjoy and that bring value to you. So that's really all I gotta say. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye. What am I saying? I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. I feel like I should start this whole thing over. Why did I look off like that? Like I'm like, goodness. You know the deal. Just spring cleaning. You know how I feel like that. Everything has feelings and I don't want to get rid of anything. Well, no, I don't know. Should we go ahead and get right to it?